What's up, peoples? Welcome back to See These CDs, where in each one of these videos I try and take a closer look at a select CD from my own personal collection and just take a closer look at its overall cover artwork, graphic design, and packaging for the CD. If you haven't already figured it out, today we're going to be talking about Talib Kweli's 2002 project, Quality, which more specifically was released November 19th, 2002. It clocks in at just over an hour at 65 minutes and 13 seconds, and it was released under Raucous Records, which we talked about in prior videos. Like when we were mentioning, I think it was Mos Def's The New Danger project was also released under Raucous Records as well. There's a few other acts I want to say we went through, or a few other like CDs we covered that was released under Raucous. If you're not familiar with that label, you might want to check it out. There's a lot of quality music that they just came out with, or like acts, I guess you could say that they pushed. But yeah, so for as far as like the artists who were responsible for putting together the visuals for this CD, it's a collective of individuals. All right, so for art direction and design, man, it's starting to really annoy me because so when I'm looking up like the credits for these CDs and such, sometimes like I've spoken about it in the past for certain videos. I don't really go too in depth with it, but it's annoying when like you look at like the credits and it's like some out there fucking name or some shit like that, or even just some name that's like mad simple, and you're just like, dude, who's gonna know that this was you that did this? Like, of course Talib Kweli will, and everybody associated with the project is gonna know who you are, but like, so for example, for art direction and design, it was credited to Chad. Jesus Christ, like, right, Chad, like just Chad, which took me like, I don't know, it took me a little bit to actually find who Chad the fuck is, which was annoying as hell. But I guess his full name is Chad like Hogan, which he's worked with plenty of acts, more so around like Talib Kweli's time era, and probably a little before that, like late 90s, early 2000s, I would say. That's when Talib Kweli, I would say, was like the most popping. The most popping, definitely. I mean, I think nowadays, like, he's kind of retreated. Probably wants to chill with his family. Probably, different perspectives changed. Plus, he's got like a resume now. He's got plenty of quality music out there. Like quality, ha ha ha. See what I did there? No, but but he's just, like I said, he's probably got plenty of music out there. So I'm not really like disappointed when I don't always hear from Talib Kweli or anything like that. But like, it's understandable. But yeah, so this Chad character, who took me forever to figure out who he is, Chad Hooligan, he's worked with like art direction and design, or like I guess worked on the visuals for like artists like Mace, Black Rob on his CD Life Story, Pete Rock on his CD Mindframe, Back on the Block. He's worked with Jean Grey for her CD This Week, and also the likes of Pharoah Monch for the Mayor CD, Obi Trice for the Bar Is Open, and there was like a few others, or plenty of other artists that he's worked with. Those are just the ones that like stood out to me. Some of my favorites, some people I'm like very familiar with. Jean Grey, I can't wait to do one of her CDs. I definitely gotta grab one of her CDs just so I can talk about one of her CDs. I don't think I have one Jean Grey CD, but Jean Grey's dirt. She's dirt. She's nice. She's nice as hell. So yeah, we are definitely going to be covering some Jean Grey CDs going forward. But yeah, moving on to the next artist. So for photography, that was a credit to Andrew Donsumu, which I believe he is. I want to say yeah. All right, he's definitely a Nigerian photographer who he popped off in the United States. I only remember he's Nigerian because he's from Lagos, the capital of Nigeria. I got a friend out there. What up? You know who you is. If you watching these videos, what's good? But let me stop being all over the place. But yeah, Andrew Donsumu, like, he's not just like a photographer. It's dope that he has credits on this CD. He doesn't really have too many other like musical credits from what I was seeing. Or is that a lie? That's definitely a lie. I'm sorry. All right, so no, he does have other musical credits, but he's not just like a photographer. He doesn't just work with like musical acts. He's actually a filmmaker, as well as producer, director. So like he's entered like several of his films in Sundance. The musical acts that he has worked with, for as far as the likes of like Isaac Hayes, which that's pretty crazy. When I first seen that name, I was like, damn. other names are, equally as, well, impressive, but it's just, I guess they're a step outside of hip-hop, so, that's why, Isaac Hayes is a step outside of hip-hop, I should say. The rest are, like, more hip-hop related acts, so, it kind of didn't surprise me, considering, like, all right, I'm learning about him through, like, Talib Kweli. So, like I said, not to diminish the rest of these acts, but Isaac Hayes, Common, Wyclef, Khalees. Oh, man, he worked with Aaron motherfucking Neville. You don't know who Aaron Neville is? God damn, he got a Christmas CD. Serious. That boy is serious. I gotta listen to more of his music, too. We're definitely going to be covering Aaron Neville's Christmas CD. Probably should give it a few months, but we're definitely going to be talking about that, no doubt. I definitely have that somewhere. I gotta find that. But, yeah, he's worked with, Khalees, like I was saying, Maxwell, and he's, like I said before, several films that he's entered and produced. They were entered into, like, the Sundance, film festival. So he's a pretty accomplished artist as well. And then there was, like, you'll see in just a moment, there was, like, additional photos, which those were credited to the likes of Shay Peretz, which I didn't really see too much regarding Shay Peretz. I seen, like, I don't know, he kind of had, like, credits all over the place. Not really. Like, there wasn't really too much, but what I mean by that is, like, there was one credit, I remember he would, like, did the guitar for something, and then he was credited for, like, I want to say something else regarding, like, music. It might have been, like, mixing or something like that when I was, like, looking more into him. So I think he's just, like, probably someone who's like, around, and he's probably talented enough where he probably does a little bit of everything, and, whatever sticks, works out. It's pretty dope, too. You can check him out. Then there was Greg Scaffidi, which, once again, additional photos were contributed by that artist. Which he seems to be, pretty well accomplished. He's worked with the likes of, like, the New York Times, Brazilian Vogue, Entertainment Weekly, Vibe, Paper Magazine. That's just to name, like, some of the stuff he's done. He's also worked with, like, other musical acts as well. But yeah, it was just, like, additional photos. So I don't want to go too far in depth about those artists. It's kind of surprising to me that I've already been talking for as long as I have been talking. So yeah, let's get our hands on the CD and actually, kind of pick it apart, All right, so just taking a look at, like, the this is definitely one of my more favorite, I guess, like, top quality, covers. Usually he works with, like, a very similar, like, color palettes, like orange and browns and, things of that nature. Orange, browns, like a tan, all, like, meld together, which we do get some of that in this cover, but I just like how, like, clean and simple it is. That isn't really attributed to, like, the amount of white that's in it, but it's more so, like, just his look, how he's, like, just looking off to the left hand side. I don't know, I guess it's really just, I don't know, it doesn't even, like, I don't even want to say, like, he's, like, thinking or anything like that. It's just very simple. Even just, I guess, like, with the absence of the color, I start to zero in on me personally, just, like, the little bits of color I see. For example, like, there's this orangish red hue that goes around the border of the picture. Also, just, like, the stripes of the 76ers. He's wearing, like, I'm assuming it's a 76ers track jacket because he is wearing, like, a 76ers fitted cap. You can see a little bit of the logo right before it's cut off. And, I don't know, the way it, like, looks with his watch, and then just how that syncs up with, the title of the track, Quality, how that looks, how it's in a similar hue as, like, the border, and just some of the other stuff, within the actual picture itself. Even the background of Quality, Quality, looks like he's, like, sitting in, like, some booth somewhere, like, like a booth. I don't mean like a recording booth. I mean, like, just like a diner or something like that. And the back, behind him, it kind of does play into those hues I mentioned before with, the tans, the oranges, the browns, things of that nature. It's just a good picture. The parental advisory sticker is pretty large. I don't feel like Talib Kweli did that to be edgy or anything like that. He's never really struck me as, like, that type of artist, and I don't really think he would, like, apply that to try to elicit more sales. That's just me personally, but I mean, maybe that is what he's thinking. But yeah, this is also one of his more, like, critically acclaimed projects. It's, one of his CDs that, like, I think got the most, like, crossover appeal, as far as, like, even if you weren't a Talib Kweli fan, you probably there was a good possibility you listened to the CD, and if not, you probably heard a few of the tracks off of it. So yeah, I mean, it's just very simple. We got, a very top Talib Kweli, black, bolded letters. Some of it, like some of the I guess like the paint or the ink is like scratched out, similar to the bottom. Quality, how we already kind of talked about that a little bit with that orange reddish hue, almost like a clay looking color, scratched out as well. Just certain portions of like letters here and there. And yeah, we got your boy sitting down. It's just very simple. It is very simple. Like even just how they like minimize the picture, and they're not even using up the entirety of the cover of the CD. But I appreciate that, to be honest. It's just, to me, it's like just a different approach. So yeah, if we want to go over to the border, just check that out real quick. Similar color to like the quality, how it's like that clay color, and then we just got some arrows. I was gonna say they progress in color, but not really. We just have like the two. It's like orange or like kind of like a tan color, two like tan arrows, and then the last one's a white arrow. So yeah, the border is nothing out of the ordinary in comparison to like other CDs we saw. We got those numbers at the very top, which I swear one day I am going to look into the significance of these numbers, as well as like in the center, like plenty of other CDs we've seen. We have the artist name Talib Kweli, and then the title of the actual project, Quality, in the center, and then the Raucous logo at the bottom of the border, which would appear to be like a box cutter. Trying to get a decent shot. It's just a box cutter, but at the very end of the box cutter, not the blade side. It just says Raucous going across it, and for the most part, it's just this it's like this off-white color, and then we just have that once again the clay at the very bottom again. Flip to this side, basically the same thing that we just saw. Get it all in a shot, just in case you guys want to check it out. Nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. The back we get like a larger shot of like I would assume it's all from the same photo shoot as this as the cover, but the back we just get more of what we saw, but just kind of like just more angles of Talib. You see he took his jacket off, still looking into the distance, not so much toward one direction. It kind of looks like he's just like looking forward. He still got his hat backwards. That T-shirt's looking like a 3XL, very fitting of the times. If you're not familiar, style back then, blah blah blah. But then we also have another shot of Talib, looking to the left-hand side, back of him, done obviously with like Photoshop, some type of like editing and After Effects. And I'm not really sure what this is right here. I would assume it's some kind of logo, but I have no idea what kind of logo it is. We do have the blacksmith logo down here, which I want to say is Talib Kweli's, that's his brand, but I'm not exactly sure about that. I'm pretty sure I've heard him say blacksmith a few other times, and other projects. But for the most part, it is very similar to the front cover, because as you can see, granted, we are using more of the visual real estate of the back cover. With like the track listings, right here, and like I don't know, like the text over here for legality purposes, title right here, logos right here. It is still centered and focused on like a picture of Talib in the center, and then the borders are just white or like this off-white color, as we're able to see. So it's pretty dope. I'll try and get a decent shot of legality, just in case you guys want to see that. Flip over here, get the track listings. If you want to pause it, take a look at that. We got some ways you can look more into Talib right over here. Very interesting. Okay, player. That's funny. Then we got the barcode, blah blah. Duh, who cares about the barcode? And yeah, I guess we can go inside the CD. It's similar to the front, like I was saying. We got that that white, and then over here we got the numbers of the tracks are like that clay or like that reddish color, while the titles are like like a brown type color. Get another shot of that just in case. This is a plastic CD cover. I'm only saying that because I just caught some glare. So just in case you guys noticed. And yeah. So once we open it up, you get a better idea of like what I was referring to before. Now I'm thinking about it. I think that this is maybe a picture of Talib Kweli. I don't know if he was trying to like push that as his own logo at some point in time. But it would appear that is the cover of the actual CD itself. You see like those hues as I was kind of referring to before, where it's like granted there's black incorporated in here, but we have more like that brownish, or I don't know, it looks kind of almost like a tangerine type of color on the background, while we're still running with like that clay color. It just kind of reminds me of that whole, like the browns and oranges and reds that I see from other Talib Kweli CDs. But that's pretty cool. I definitely like that. Like the cover of this CD is pretty dope. I wonder who made who actually designed that logo for him and why he stopped running with it. It's a little hard to tell, that's him, and it's a little hard to tell like what it is in general. Like you assume it's a head, but you're just like, all right, like what? Or at least with me, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. So yeah, then we have the Raucous logo right here. Quality, there's no color to that, so you see the back of the CD shines through quite nicely. I'll try and catch it in the light a little bit, and then we flip around to the back of the CD. It's really nothing out of the ordinary. So yeah, let's check that out. Go ahead and place that down. Once again, behind this, now I'm assuming this is where like that picture comes from. Him with his bucket real low. Tyler was wearing buckets before buckets were hot. That's a leather bucket, so that bucket probably is pretty hot. Haha, you see what I did there? I gotta stop this. But yeah, so once again, it's similar to like the front cover and the back. How the borders are just left in white. We don't really get much. Then it centers on like like a picture of Talib Kweli. Once again, this is more of like his profile. Seems like he's wearing like a leather jacket. Once again, leather bucket. Can't see his eyes. He's just looking this time toward the right direction. While we have what would seem to be cut off. You can see like Talib Kweli, like his name right there. And then I would assume this would be quality. Yeah, because I want to say that's a Q, which is also cut off. So, that's pretty dope. That's for behind the CD itself. Then we can go ahead and, take this booklet out, look a little more in depth. The booklet is pretty simple. It's not like, it doesn't have like a whole bunch of pages. It's one of those like, you unfold it. So, right here, right here. So I'm not even going to like talk about the back right now. I'll just go into it. So, yeah, once we open it up, yeah, man. All right, there's a lot of like parts to this booklet. So I mean, yeah, if I open it up, well, let me just I'll break it down. So right here, when we open it up, it goes into more of like a vertical type of like a vertical type of style, I guess. Where we have to we do have the pictures right there, which those are horizontal, but then the tracks are listed behind a black background. At the very bottom of the page, or to the left side of the page, if we're looking at it vertically, it's that red or that clay color, while all the credits are listed in like we were talking about, like that tangerine or that peach color. There's white, and then like a brown color. Like I said, I'm more accustomed to seeing with Talib Kweli projects. We have those triangles once again right next to the numbers, and it's basically just listing like the tracks in order of how you hear them. So I just want to get a decent shot of that. I want to make sure, give you guys the opportunity to pause if need be. If we open it up further, now the center of the booklet is more just like a collage. It's more like photo focused. Alright, so like I was saying, the centerpiece of this booklet, or, I don't really know what we can, I guess it would just be a booklet. It just throws me off a little bit because, like I said, it's not really like, traditional. It doesn't have multiple pages. Although it is, quite similar to, like the booklets we've been looking at lately when we've been reviewing, various CDs. But yeah, it's more focused on like a collage of artists. Artists, I would assume that, Talib Kweli, probably has close working relationships with. You're able to see, off rip, I recognize Black Thought right there, and then I'm pretty sure Questlove is right here. So yeah, Black Thought. They're from the infamous Roots crew. I'm not really too familiar with all these other artists. I mean, that's Jay Dilla for sure right there, and I mean I already know Talib Kweli works with him. And I know we have Mos Def right here, which one half of the amazing Black Star. Duo, collab, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and then in the center we just have, Talib Kweli, the artist, and Quality, the title of the project. And once again, that clay or red color, which is also, continued from, the side where it was, more vertical focused, where it began, then to, the more horizontal placed like pictures. So yeah, I'll try and get like a decent shot. Just getting into focus right there. Try and get that focus. Alright, there we go. So I'll try and get a decent shot, So if you guys want to pause it at any point in time, you can look at certain portions of the picture in its entirety. It's pretty cool.
definitely pretty dope. And then we have a continuation of that vertical style right here, which I definitely got to give it to like the creativity of this booklet, just the way it's kind of all over the place. I will say that, but it's all over the place, but it doesn't really seem to like be confusing or like hard to navigate throughout the booklet. It's very obvious, or there's enough cues, especially like we were talking about earlier with these numbers and the arrow at the side. You get a clear inclination that these are the tracks, and this is them listed in order. But then it's just nice. It's all pulled together with the collage in the center of all the artists that Talib has probably worked with throughout this project, and just other just musical ventures. So yeah, once again we have a continuation of the tracks listed, and then some pictures that are horizontally placed on this side. So all in all, that was, for the most part, that was the booklet. I mean, on the other side, this is supposed to be, I would assume, like, yeah, this is like the back of the booklet, where it's just like each one of the tracks, listed once again, white background, and then like the tracks are listed in brown, while the numbers of the tracks are like that, red or clay color. We have like credits as far as like people, more behind the scenes people who were involved with putting together like the project, as far as like the whole art focus, visuals and the music, everything. And once again, the Blacksmith logo just to the left right there. And I'm not really sure what that is. It's a box cutter. It's a box cutter, but I don't know. I'm not sure like what that signifies, what that stands for. So if you know, like I usually say, comment below. Let me know. Any input is appreciated. Then we have, once again, Talib Kweli quality, written similar to how we've seen other portions of this project. We got Talib, staring into the like the camera, just looking at, I guess, the consumer, listener, and the fan, however you want to pose that. Once again, not taking up the entirety of the page. We have like that white background. Granted, there is art surrounding it. We have quality on this side, but then in the center, it's kind of I guess Talib's probably like in his studio or in his apartment. And then once again, on the left-hand side, we have like somewhat of a collage, I'm assuming, of what his work environment was looking like at the time. Also with some nostalgic photos placed over that, which is pretty dope. It's like a Nokia phone over there, some type of I want to say it's like what, two-way messenger or something. It's very interesting to see old pieces of tech incorporated. Granted, we have an album, like a physical album, but that's obviously, or I would assume that's used for like sampling, things of that nature, especially around this time era. And then if we continue, I feel like we already looked at this portion of that logo, but once again, it's, same logo from right here, or based on this picture, so that's interesting, the way they incorporated that into the aesthetic, like how they ran with the colors. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Not bad. Once again, we only have a portion on this side of Talib Kweli, and then quality. You get more quality than actually, his actual name, but it's pretty cool. It's the way it's blown up, so it's cut off. And then at the very end, we just have Talib's various thank yous, which there's about several, and the last one being like a pretty lengthy paragraph. But yeah, I guess still shout it out in case anybody wants to read it, pause it, do what you like to do. But yeah, that was Talib Kweli's quality for the most part. Talib Kweli, dope artist, definitely an artist that when I was initially like I said before, like when I was initially getting into rap music, I gravitated toward Talib Kweli. I just I liked Mos Def, I liked Common, and they all seem to be like working together or working around the same people. So he's definitely my foundation. But if you haven't checked out Talib Kweli, if you're not familiar with his work, or if you just want to listen to a dope CD, quality, I definitely recommend it. So go ahead and check that out if you want to just listen to a dope CD, like I was saying before. And yeah, this has been SeeTheseCDs. All right, people. Peace. I'm out.